I told you things I did before, told you how I used to be, would you go along with someone like me? If you knew my story word for word, had all of my history, would you go along with someone like me?
I did before and had my share. It didn't lead nowhere. I would go along with someone like you. It doesn't matter what you did, who you were hanging with. We could stick around and see this night through. And we don't care about the young folks talking about the outside. And we don't care about the old folks talking about the old style too. And we don't care about the wrong folks talking about our own style. All we care about is talking, talking over me and you. Usually when things has gone this far, people tend to disappear. No one will surprise me unless you do.
I can tell there's something going on, ours seems to disappear. Everyone is leaving, I'm still with you. It doesn't matter what we do, where we are going to. We can stick around and see this night through. And we don't care about the young folks talking about the outside. And we don't care about the old folks talking about the old style too. And we don't care about our own folks talking about our own style. All we care about is talking, talking only me and you. And we don't care about the young folks talking about the outside. And we don't care about the old folks talking about the old style too. And we don't care about our own folks talking about our own style. All we care about is talking, talking only me and you. Talking only me and you. Talking only me and you.
Kia ora, ladies and gents. I'm a little bit crook at the moment, so I'm going to be doing my best throughout. We're doing some quality laps. They're just quickly setting lap times to make sure everyone's within a certain range. Make sure that no one's too slow, seeing as it's a big four. Because it's a big four, I don't think so, and we've already had driver's briefing. Yeah, but then again on Monday, the GP, we had heaps of people running anyway. So let's just get rid of them real quick. We're just all having a few moments talking strategy before the North Island start. So of course we're here at Waikaraka for the Modifyeds, and the saloons we're over at Bay Park. I'll flick Bert a message after the racing, because you might be able to do saloons still. No one's cutting laps, which is a little bit annoying. Oh, finally. A little bit disappointed, no Peter May tonight. He's probably over the moon with his performance in the GP. Yeah, it was the GP on Monday. Right, I've got the grids. So tonight's format is a 2 heats to set a grid for a final, a winner takes all final. So grids are quite simple tonight actually. Caleb Arneson on pole, Bryce Cross second, Richard Joy third, James Prophet fourth, Corbin Borwaka in fifth. Bert Cardwell 6th, Max Beale 7th, Caleb Hutton 8th, Stuart Patterson 9th, Brandon Niven in 10th, and then it's inverted for heat number 2 with Brandon Niven off the front, Stuart Paz 2nd, Cullen Hutton 3rd, Max Beale 4th, Bert Cardwell 5th, Corbin Bork 6th, James Prophet 7th, Richard Joy 8th, Bryce Cross 9th, and then Caleb Arneson starts in 10th. Let's make sure we're on. Right, they'll start rolling around any second now. That's Caleb Arneson and Bryce Cross, the 2NZ and the 9C off the front row. They've got one roll around lap. We have been given the word after last week's jump start that it's on the driver next to them to put their hand up and say, hey, that was early. We're underway. Heat 1 here at Waikaraka. Bryce Cross on that outside has taken the lead. We see Prophet getting in the mix of it as well up the front. But it's the Bryce Cross show out front. Caleb Arneson, he's still in second. There's a wide variety of lines being used at the moment. And now they're starting to conform into single file through that side of the track. Of course, down in 3 and 4, it's a lot tighter, and it leaves a lot more momentum to be carried through as we look further back down the pack. Cullen Hutton to the infield in that 55. Brandon Niven, he's also out in Heat 1. The real deal Max Beale and Corbin Bork fighting for those minor positions down in 5th. But it is really a one-line track now, as we see Stu Patterson in the background. He's trying to make that low line work through that other side of the track, trying to get one over on Max Beale, and he sends it up the inside again. Of course, it's the shorter way around the corner, but far less momentum. As we look back up to the front once again, it's still the Bryce Cross show in that 2NZ. He's going to take out maximum points in heat number 1. The issue being now in heat number 2, he will be off the back, along with Caleb Arneson, who's not taking max points, and he's going to be off the back as well. It's a big loss for him, as we see Richard Joyce starting to pile on the pressure, trying to make that pass for second, really take the wind out of Arneson's sails. Of course, these heat races don't matter. It's first across the line in heat number 3. Richard Joy, he's now all over the gearbox of Caleb Arneson. He's trying to make a low line pass work, as we still see Niven parked up. This might not be his night tonight. Hopefully he can get some good points in this next heat, still get a decent starting grid. Richard Joy just not able to follow as close as he was before now. Those rear bars are being left alone for the meantime. And Richard Joy now, he's sending it a lot higher, a lot closer to the wall. He might be able to make something work around the outside as these laps are ticking by. Oh, that's race over actually. I've spoken too soon. I lost track of what the laps were. So, it will be the Bryce Cross show in heat number 1 from pole. Caleb Arneson second, Richard Joy third, Corbin Borwalker fourth, James Moneyman Profit in 5th. Stu Patterson got around Max Beal. Right, we're just waiting on some discussions between the drivers before we start. I'll bring the music back in while we wait once again. I don't know what we're actually waiting on. Oh, there we go. Grids are loading in. So it's inverted grid for heat number 2. Of course, we've got a new look for Burt Cardwell, as this is a Big 4 meeting. So it's Stu Patterson and Brad Niven. Front row, as I said earlier, Cullen Hutton, Max Beal. Row 2, Burt Cardwell, Corbin Borwalker. Row 3, James Profit, Richard Joy. Row 4, Bryce Cross, Caleb Arneson. Right off the back, with the hard yards to make through as they start the roll around now. We'll get that music off. because we're not going to name and shame. Right. We had to get gotta wait. It was inevitable. It was going to happen. We were going to have at least one restart tonight. So we're back on the grids once more. Right, the pace chute, the invisible pace chute is off, and we start the roll around once again for attempt number 2 off the start. Everyone's away. And it'll be the 1NZ on the outside of Niven. 2 amazing looking designs. As they come around. Will be green any second now. And they're off. You can hear them roar to life. I might need to take up my audio a little bit for you to hear it. But it's Patterson. Clean around the outside of Niven. Niven now looks to the inside on a slightly shallower line. Less momentum, but a quicker way around the corner as he sets it up low again, just looking to wait to make a move. As we see a little bit further down the back, Chaos, as I believe that was Cullen Hutton. He's out once again, and it's the Stu Patterson show up the front. He'll be looking to make the most out of his situation. Points are going to be close, especially as we look further down the order. Of course, race winner Bryce Cross, he's working his way through the field. Does Cullen Hutton pulling off with damage will be a huge boost as it's a free pass for a lot of these guys at the back. But it's still the Stu Patterson show out the front. Niven sends it out as deep as you can, trying to find a way past. He's right on the tail of Patterson now. It's all heating up for first. Of course, 20 lap feature ahead. That's the one where it's all to play for. Right now you're just trying to get the best possible grid for tonight. As we look a little bit further back down the pack, we see Corbin Bork and Max Bell in an intense battle for... Oh shit! That's Niven. He's gone too wide. The real deal, Max Bell. He's in second, and now the battle for third has become the battle for second, as Corbin Bork and Max Bell are right on the tail of each other. It's all gone into chaos now. Points are basically out the window. Who knows who's going to be starting on this front row now? With 2 cars out in the second heat, a lot of cars automatically move up one spot. And being the way these grids are worked, where it's just a straight invert for heat 2, who knows what these points are going to be looking like now. Stu Patterson, he's hit the infield. Oh, race over. We missed that happen there, but it is the Stu Patterson show. And we've got the couple cars now just rolling around to the finish to collect their finishing points. Niven with a strong run in second. We spud hubbed what happened to him. Right, we've got one car pulled out with terminal damage, which means it's a nine car race for this North Island title. Right, I'm just going to bring the music back in for a minute. I haven't heard back. Right, I've got the points, and this is the grid for race number 3. Bryce Cross, Stuart Patterson, Corbin Bork both tied for second. Caleb Arneson 4th, Max Beale 5th, Rich Joyce 6th, James Profit 7th, Bert Cardwell 8th, 9th Brandon Niven, Cullen Hutton in 10th. Right, I put it in chat because that was a little bit more of a direct way to get attention. If you jump on the server now, start cutting some laps, I think they'll, if you can run within a second of the leaders, you might be allowed to run. Maybe. If you just jump in the server, worst comes worst, I'll just kick you out. Alright, I'm going to bring the music back in real quick. We get the aliens in. Right, 25 laps, all to play for. Let's try and get the actual leader. A few people asking the question if they'll actually reach the end. As you can see, Corbin balks off the front row. 2 average finishes outdoes a race win as they all pull off. Bryce Cross commanding presence on the outside, forcing Borwaka right on the pole line. You can see the intimidation factor as they come round into 3 and 4. The light will go green any second now, and they are off. Bryce Cross with a commanding jump. He's straight clean round the outside, but I dare say that's going to be a restart. And they will file up once more as they've tried to win it in turn 1. Top 3 prediction. Top 3 is going to be Bryce Cross. Fuck, it's a bit hard with I think Stu Patterson, he'll be somewhere in the top 3, I think. Maybe Caleb Arneson or Max Beal would be battling for that 3rd spot as we go around. Second restart of the night, Heat 3, 25 laps, all to play for. Right. He is a good shout to win it, I will give you that. He is currently starting off row 3. 6 cars to pass to win it. 25 laps to do it though, so there's plenty of time for someone to work their way through. As we see once again, Bryce Cross, commanding presence, just absolutely forcing Bork onto that pole line. As we go green once more, attempt number 2 at this final heat. Bryce Cross, the biggest loser in this situation, as he's not even clear by turn 2 this time. It takes him to the straight and he's gotten clear. He runs that high line. Bork absolutely throws everything into the corner to try and get back by. We see Caleb Arneson send him into the corner. That looks like he was getting pushed in there. That looks like your usual Monday shit. As it's still Bryce Cross leading them out, running that wall line absolutely as high as you can, trying to power around the corner, and it's still Corbin Bork in second. He might just hold on to it as we see Caleb Arneson try and send it up the inside. He just doesn't quite make it work, and we see Stu Patterson in the background. He's hit the wall hard. He's out of this race. One of my picks for the top 3. He's gone. And as we see now, it's all really thrown it up. Bryce Cross still in the lead. Corbin Borwaka in second. Caleb Arneson, he's in third. The real deal Max Beal 4th. And I think that's Richard Joy in 5th. It is. As we look a little bit further back, There's a nice little gap, although Max Beal just runs it in too deep. Fuck, I'm good for catching that one. Richard Joyce sends it on the pole line. He's going to slide Job up. He's still got that side-by-side car length. Max Beal runs it in way too deep once again, makes contact with that wall. He's running the risk of popping that outside tyre every time he does it. We've kind of negated the front runners in this battle, but they have kind of settled down into their top 3 position. As we see now, we'll watch again. Richard Joy trying to line up a pass for 4th. As the real deal to Mickey Max Beal. Old Minimum himself. He's running that high line. I wouldn't say perfectly, but he's getting that speed. He's holding the momentum around the corner really well. Richard Joy is going to need a huge send to make up this 4th spot. But he's still in striking range, especially as Max Beal just struggles down this end of the track. As we look a little bit further afield, James Profit, Colin Hutton right down the back, Burt Cardwell. We haven't had Burt watch this week. He's doing quite well. He'll be enjoying watching this battle ahead, knowing that as these two go side by side in the corner, each of them lose a bit of pace, and he's able to catch up to them. It's a long race we're in for tonight. 25 laps. One mistake will see you out for sure. As we look. Oh, I was about to jump back up to the leaders, but Richard Joy once again try to send that move. Of course, 4th is an absolutely critical position to be. If those leaders start battling and one makes a mistake and drops out, you're straight into the podium. Richard Joy with a huge send. He's not able to just make it stick as well. Of course, I believe these cars actually model tyre wear for those who've raced on Mondays. Your tyres wear out and the lines get harder to throw. Of course, it's not something some of these drivers would have had to doubt before. Richard Joy still trying to send it up the inside. The real deal, Max Beal, he does his best to cover off that outside, trying to stop him from making a run. As he gets just as close to the wall as physically possible, and some. I dare say there's going to be some welding work on that car. As we look further ahead, Caleb Arneson, he's now on the rear bars of Corbin Bork, looking to make it one better in this North Island title. He's trying to find a line to get by. It's really hard to pass on this track. The good news, oh, he's up. He's through. He's pulled the slide job off. He's into 2nd now. Corbin Bork, he tries to make a low line pass. He's got better momentum through the straight. He's going to lose out on that inside as he's just not able to slide out in front into 2nd again. He's all over the bumper of Caleb Arneson once more. We're doing our best here in the comm box, fighting cold. Fighting a bit of a cold to still commentate through what's turned into an awesome battle here. Bryce Cross, he's checked out. He's about to come onto the back of a lap car. Of course, this isn't Monday. Lapped cars need to get out of the way of the leaders. And it's still the Bryce Cross show out the front. We've spud hubbed the battle, but Caleb Arneson's pulled away. And they're actually starting to all cross the line. That was actually a relatively close finish there between Richard Joy and Max Beal. And it's Bryce Cross, unofficially your North Island champ. Caleb Arneson second, Corbin Borwalker in third. Sorry about the bit of silence towards the end there and stuck on one car. Combox fogged up a bit. We now move over to saloons. Right, we go back to the screen here. Fuck, we're slowly creeping closer to that goal that's been set. We won't get the drink. Stop. Keep it in the way.
It's so insane how you're weighing all your problems out. Cause there's no telling when you let me out of this urn. Like a moth to a flame all ready to burn. Get out, turn up all the lights now. Turn away and made a fool of yourself. Get out, turning all the heads now. You've left me painted now, watch you burn. Get out, turn up all the lights now. Turn away and made a fool of yourself. Get out, turning all the heads now. You've left me painted now, I'll watch you burn. It's so insane, take the blame, I'm cancelled out. It's only vain if I vein my apologies out. Cause there's no telling how you're dealing with your cousin young. Like a moth to a flame all ready to burn. Get out, turn up all the lights now. Turn away, you made a fool of yourself. Get out, turning all the heads now. You've left me painted now, watch you burn. Get out, turn up all the lights now. Turn away, you made a fool of yourself. Get out, turning all the heads now. You've left me painted now, I'll watch you burn. Get out, turn up all the lights now. Turn away, you've made a fool of yourself. Get out, turning all the heads now. You've left me painted now, watch you burn. Get out, turn up all the lights now. Turn away, you made a fool of yourself.
Right, we're in Bay Park. This, of course, the SRNZ version of the track. These cameras are going to be interesting to work with, but we'll do our best.
Brother, what you thinking? Leave that on record spinning. You feel the rhythm going. Legs ain't got time to lay low. Your knees are bending yourself. It's time to get up and let go.
Right, for those who haven't run late models before, we run an Australian series at a track called Gympie. If you're ever bored one day, take a look up. Oh.
Baby, can you move around the rhythm so we can't get within to the rolling?
R factor things.
Sound is ringing. They don't know what they're missing. Legs ain't got time to lay low. Your knees are bending, so it's time to get up and let go. Hey, brother, nice and steady. Put down your brick, you ready. It's hard when things get messy. Keep booty shaking, you know your head has no right to say no. Tonight it's ready, set, go.
Hey. Exact format as before. 2 10-lap races, 1 25-lap race, grid set by the first 2 10 laps. Lappers. They're going to roll through to a qualifying session. If you can't lap within a second of the leaders, you will not be running tonight. You should have stayed in, bro, because yeah, you need to message Bert, not me. Right, so it's very easy to win it from here if you can set a second faster than anyone else. Right, so you need to be within a second of the leader. Of course, Brandon Niven is exactly on that margin. He just needs to go 1/10, 1,000th of a second faster. Now Caleb Arneston's been demoted to that exactly a second mark. So at the moment it's only going to be 7 cars racing. Of course, at the moment, the real deal, Max Beal, he's not going to be racing tonight. I know he's actually in now. I missed that lap while we were going through. Caleb Arneson, he's on the second mark. We need a decent lap out of him to get a 9-car field. We do have one newbie. He's in the server. He hasn't set a lap yet. He needs to get on it and be within a second. There's not a lot of time left to set that time. Niven's in. We're just waiting on the newbie. Yes, you need to do a lap. You need to be within a second to fucking race. Yep, need to be within a second of the leader. He needs to set absolute flyer here, and he's got no time to do it. He's got 15 seconds. One good lap and we'll see him on the grid. What's he got? He's closer than he was in practice. I don't know why it's gone up. I'm not sure why they've gone up actually. They shouldn't have. Yeah, so next week, once again, same rule. Got to be within a second of the leaders. I wonder if I can actually edit those while I'm still live. How the fuck do I do them on this phone? Fuck, I think we've got a second. We'll look at the B right back for a second while I quickly try and fix this. We can't have inflation here. Right. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. Right. Tell me if those prices have changed already. Yep, they're back to 500. Sweet. I don't remember electing fucking Luxon or fucking Horsemouth, so shouldn't have been any real price hikes. Holy hecker. Fuck, that's a couple grand's worth of damage right there. That'll be another new design for Bert. Right, hopefully they bring some of that carnage from the fight in the pits to the fight on the infield. Is any game audio coming through? Right, they start to roll around now. Stu Patterson from Bryce Cross up the front. Once again, Bryce holds a really straight line. He doesn't let Patterson intimidate him further around on the track. You can actually see where that start line is on this track. They're green. Bryce Cross tries to hold it round the outside. Max Beal with an almighty move around the outside. We see James Profit spun. Richard Joy spun. Caleb Arneson. It's a pile up. Lap 1. So it's a restart. They're still going for some reason despite the calls. I thought there was going to be a huge one off the end. Right, they start the roll around. One person's missing off the grid, so they restart once fucking more.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now?
Yeah, I'm not sure how your what's that shit? I believe it's now a redirect to a Thailand hooker site. Well, there might be a couple camper vans for sale up on that site. That's one of the two options, I think. But we've got a full field of cars this time. Bryce Cross there jumped the start like they were going green for real. Those front two cars having a nice little cuddle with the front wheels. Neither man wants to really give up position. They cross the line, it's green. Richard Joy forced out wide. The real deal, Max Beal. He's the real profiteer in the situation. He's running up high and wide. He's actually gone through from nowhere to second. He's got the nose ahead in the corner. Niven, he's going to try and take the place back. Is there... Oh, that's the last person we want to be looking at there. As they're three wide, still battling for second. The real deal, Max Beal. He's out wide and high. He's really running the fucking wall. He's dropped down into fourth, but he's still trying to contest up on that high line. He's the only man doing it up on the high side. It worked for him off the start, but it's not working now. He's dropped right down like a stone in water. He's dropped like a rock through a van's roof, really. As we look back to the front once more, Stu Patterson, he's in second. Bryce Cross leads it. And Brandon Niven, he's in third. Richard Joy, he's in fourth once again. Right, and it's still those three up the front. These camera angles are interesting. They're a lot more realistic than what we used to. As we see the real deal, Max Beal. He's still trying to run the Peter Bankston line high and wide. One wheel up in the air. Just trying to hold momentum, but everyone else is just able to keep it on the pole line just as fast. He almost gets the wall there. That's fucking as high as you'd dare. And it's still the Bryce Cross show. He could be looking to do doing the North Island double. He's done the New Zealand double. He's missed it 11 NZ. As that's race over, Bryce Cross takes heat number one. Stu Patterson, he's in second. Richard Joy in fourth, sorry. Brandon Niven in third. Having a little bit better luck here in the saloons tonight.
attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
Right, we've got a game crash, so we're going to be waiting for a while longer. We've got the 3-minute bell deployed, so I'll bring the music back in. Gives me a chance to recover.
Magic shoes slowing down. Toxic lungs, they shape their hands. In a dreamy state with melting minds. Slaying waves maybe some other time. Don't know what to do, shaping the truth. Outside our mind, shaping the truth. Trip with the shrooms, there's no going back. The ocean's feeling it too, yeah. Oh, polluting the crest. Putting them on seats. Shaping sustainable whips, oh. Putting them in the pit. I feel the funky under my feet. Mercy robs in the spit. Oh. Don't know what to do, shaping the truth. Outside our mind, shaping the truth. Shaping the truth.
Now go home and smoke some more
Noted, I need to make that one shorter or some shit. Right. I can't. We're just waiting any second now. Right, they attempt to roll around once again. Full field of cars, no one's dropped. I knew you'd love that one. Right, it's Caleb Arneson on pole. And it's green, they're underway. Niven, he gets a clean start in that 2NZ car. It's 3 wide, 4 wide even further back. And a Niven, he's just checked out. Let's not go right back. Oh, Richard Joy spun it. Was that lap 1 or was that lap 2? Because that could be a restart in proceedings. But as they start to settle into their groove, it's the real deal. Max Beal, he's holding a much slower line this time round, and in fact it's working out for him splendidly as he's now into third. Burt Cardwell's trying his line from earlier, up and high and wide, but it's really just that pole line show, isn't it? That's the good thing with these reverse grid races. These fast guys, they aren't guaranteed a front row. They've actually got to work their way through some people. You get to see some different lines being thrown. And then, of course, there's Bert's line in the background there. Good shout. Good shout in that one. I'd pay off the $100 fine in the 21 day. There's still a little bit of chaos in the background further back as we see James Prophet doing a job to keep Max Beal still in that fighting spot. As Stu Patterson, he's looking to go underneath. But it hasn't worked out for him now. He's dropped down 2 spots once again. As we see Prophet, he's holding down third quite well. He's got national champions behind him. People you would really hate to have behind you with in a super stock. You'd really hate to see them behind you in a saloon as well. As it's still same running order from the start of the race. The laps are ticking by. I believe it's only 10 laps plus the roll around. Oh yeah, no, that was last lap there. So we are going to see Prophet on the edge of the podium. Caleb Arneson second. Unfortunately, no one fenced him. Brandon Niven, he takes the win. Now, the $1 million question. Will Bert remember to send me some points? Will I remember to ask Bert for some points as well? Yeah, so I use OBS, but those points aren't set up through OBS, they're set up through Twitch itself. I mean, I can do like a real fucking rough job and just do that. Nope, that's not worked. I can do that. Problem is now it's like we've gotten rid of it, but I reckon I'll just make something to cover it up, to be honest. I was thinking of like just getting a live tracker to cover it with what the current copper price is, just to help remind some of us. They are still cutting laps around the pits. Oh, I've got some points. This will be the grid order. That doesn't look right. Oh no, it is right. Right, so Brandon Niven, he will be off pole. Bryce Cross and Stu Patterson are tied for second again. Caleb Arneson fourth, James Prophet fifth, Richard Joyce sixth, Max Beal seventh, Burt Cardwell eighth, and Corbin Bork off the back. Okay, that's somewhere to be running some laps. That's the real fucking high line right there. That's the high line you run when you're the real deal Max Beal. Right. Now, I'm not allowed to show favouritism, but I dare say that top 4 are going to probably stay the same, if not be in a slightly different order. That's your Tim Tam TAB predictions. Right, they start the roll around. Everyone on the front row already has their national championship. They're looking to get another. I tell you what, I'll take those odds every day of the week. Right, they hit the line, they go green. 25 laps, Bryce Cross looks to the outside early. I think that's a restart, is it? The money man Profit, he's been taken out very early. The real deal Max Beal, he's been taken out as well. Hopefully we can see this replay before it rolls. Nah. Right, attempt number 2, 25 laps. The $1 million question, will this ibuprofen kick in for the duration of this race? You and Tegan Tory can get on the housing benefit together. To be fair, we had more Modifyeds contesting the North Island title on here than they did in real life. Well, I don't know. I think you got to do some scams on the side to get a camper van from Wins. They hit the line. This time, Niven with the nose out in front into turn 1. You can see the 2 clear lines take flight early as Bryce Cross trying to send it round the outside. Caleb Arneson trying to follow him through. It will be Bryce Cross still holding on to that second spot. Caleb Arneson forced out wide. It's chaos in the background. I missed that while I was watching those top 3. It's for you at home to work out what happened there. But now that's seen Caleb Arneson push his way through into 3rd. He gives a look down on the pole owners. We'll see Richard Joy doing some doughies on the grass. Stu Patterson looking to make that pole line work. Oh, that's the fucking wrong way. There we go. That's who we're after there. Patterson looking to make it work on the pole line to get back into those podium positions. Of course, we've got 1 week left of Saloons and Modifieds. It is the GP at the Woodford Glen, and then we get into street stocks and micros. Although I reckon Biff off the micros just runs streeties. And that's what I will be doing. In fact, you'll be in car for streeties. Unfortunately, they're just too cool of a class not to race. But as we get back to the action from my side-tracked antics, Patterson's through into third. And now we start seeing Bryce Cross trying to make moves for first. In fact, Patterson now, he's trying to make a move for second. He's trying to look underneath once again. Looks to the pole line to make a pass. Bryce just trying to hold on to hope that outside line starts to grip up. It's Patterson now. He's got his nose into second. He's making the pole line work. Bryce doing his best to out-momentum him round the outside. Of course, this isn't the Modifyeds. The grip seems to be down on the pole. Patterson is through to second now, but he's got Bryce Cross asking questions of him, trying to squeeze his way back by. Laps are ticking by. There's still heaps left on offer. One mistake from any of these top three drivers will see Caleb Arneson with a national title. It doesn't take much, but at least we don't need to worry about a car swinging from the pole line. As we look a little bit further back down, the real deal Max Beal, he's still running out high and wide. Burt Cardwell, he's gone a lot closer to the pole line now, trying to conserve that momentum. In fact, we've spud hubbed it again. Richard Joy taken out once more in these saloons, and now the back markers are going to play a role in this race as we continue these proceedings in a jumbled up order from the New Zealand's itself. As Niven now starts to get to the back of the real deal Max Beal. He'll see the blue flags, he'll know to get out of the way. In fact, he's running higher than normal, so maybe he is trying to get out of the way. He's still trying to contest this race. After all, if you're not going to win it, at least get some pride out of it. And so that's one lap car successfully negotiated through. Now it's Richard Joy. I'll tell you what, you leave those top three alone, but that fourth car, swing for the fences, mate. I'm sure there's plenty of us who are willing to help deal with a 2-week stand down. But now, Bryce, he's on the underneath side of Stu Patterson. Patterson just uses the nose to cut off that low line and continues in second place. They are closing in on Richard Joy, who smartly just pulls to the infield to let the field through. And so no lap cars will play a fact in this Bay Park feature. I tell you what, where's the safety car when you need it? Spice things up a little bit. I was trying to get old Shans in here to commentate for me tonight, as I've come down with a bit of a flu. I haven't done my test for Auntie Cindy, but if you don't test for COVID, you don't have COVID. Although another lockdown would be pretty mint for us boys who stream the racing like this. Get it out of the way before we go back to actual speedway as well. Fuck, that'd be perfect. But it's still the same top three Same top 4 even, as they all cross the line. It's huge fucking clangers off the end. Particular shout out to James Prophet, who's done a silent job to finish 5th. But yeah, that is your North Island champions. Brandon Niven takes it from Stu Patterson, and Bryce Cross denied the double North Island. I'm of course going to be calling it here before they do an all-in or anything like that. I'll catch some of you on Monday. It's a mystery event. The only hint I've been told is it will be requiring a passport to get to the track. But stay safe. Wind them off the end. And I'll get that live copper feed up for next.